Happy holidays, everyone, from Sierra Vista Math Class. Woo-hoo. Okay, test 3. So, we're doing positives and negatives, right? We have a Dorito Man helper. Some people call it Math Man for division and multiplication. We also have a scoreboard or a number line for adding, subtracting, okay? And that's it. Let's get started. So we have, coming all the way from Fresno, California, is Saudi and Victoria. Okay. All right, who's doing number 1?
Me.
Okay, go ahead. What's our first step?
So first you do the Dorito Man for the double sign.
Okay, we have a double sign, so that means multiplication. So if you use Dorito Man, you need to do something to make sure you're doing that multiplication and get it to a single sign. Even if you're not using Dorito Man, right? You could do something to make sure you're using your multiplication division rules. Okay, how to use Dorito Man.
And then you cover up the positive and the negative sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a negative.
Right, so then therefore we rewrite it, right? Don't be lazy. -5, -4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now that we have single signs, it's pretty easy for us to do the other part. What's the other part?
Then you do the scoreboard.
Okay, cool. So scoreboard, make me a scoreboard. Okay, first thing happens in the game is?
The bad guys score 5.
Excellent, bad guys score 5.
And then bad guys score another 4.
Right, so answer is?
-9.
Right, because the bad guys win the game by 9, so it's -9. Who got that? Woo! Pretty much everybody in the classroom. That's exciting. Excellent. Should I highlight it? Why not? Okay, let's do number 2. Okay, first step.
You do Dorito Man.
Okay, for the double sign?
Yeah.
I agree, okay? You want to stick with purple?
Yeah.
Okay, purple. Alright, so we do Dorito Man. What do we get?
You cover up the negative and positive, and you get a negative.
So negative again, so now we're going to rewrite the problem. 13 -9.
And you do the scoreboard.
Yeah. By the way, I had a lot of people asking me, not a ton, but some people asking me today, is this a minus or a negative? So we want to be really careful. That's why in our notes we said, forget about minus or subtraction. It is a negative, right? Unless it's multiplication. Okay, so 13 and -9. Go ahead.
You do the scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
Good guys scored 13.
Uh-huh.
And bad guys 9.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out to be +4.
So good guys win by 4, right?
Yeah.
So if we were going to show all the work, it would be, which you could probably skip on your test, but 13 -9 makes 4, and good guys win. So your final answer is 4. All right, so they're going to finish up number 3. Go ahead, last one.
So first you do the scoreboard.
Mm-hmm. Why are we not doing Dorito Man on this one?
Because there's no double sign.
Because there's no double sign. Awesome. Okay, go ahead.
And then good guys score 5.
Uh-huh.
And then bad guys score 8.
Right.
And then bad guys win.
Bad guys win.
By 3 points.
By 3. So therefore we've got +3. All right. Who has 100% so far in the class?
It's negative. It's negative.
Oh, I was trying to make sure you're paying attention, or else I'm just tired. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's -8, right? Okay, -8 because bad guys win. Okay, who has 100% so far? So many people. Okay.
It's negative.
Oh, why? I'm still making sure you're paying attention. Why can't I get it right, Mr. Pass? What's wrong?
Don't worry, I was
Okay, let's give them a hand. Excellent job, both of you. They were brave to be the first people. Okay, now we've got both the Crazy Monkey and Kim coming up for number 4, 5, 6. What colors do you all want to use? Blue. Okay. Here we go. All right, who's doing number 4? Go ahead.
Do I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So it's a positive 8 and a negative 9. So we use scoreboard and we put it on the negative side, so it's 9 minus 8.
Hold on. So who scored what?
What?
Who scored what?
The bad guys scored 9 points.
Bad guy scored 9.
And the good guy scored 8.
Good guy scored 8.
So we subtract them and we get 1, so they won by 1 point.
Right. So bad guys win.
Won by 1 point.
Bad guys win by 1 point. So therefore, negative 1 is our answer. Awesome blossom. Okay, next one.
You use scoreboard.
Okay.
-4 on the negative side and -2 on the negative side. Bad
Okay,
guys
so bad guys score
win.
4. Bad guys score 2.
Yeah, and then you add it, and then it becomes -6.
So the final score of the game is.
-6.
No, the final score of the game is bad guys score 4,
Oh,
bad guys score
yeah.
2,
Oh, which is 6.
6-0, right? Okay, good. Bad guys win 6-0, so -6. Okay, good. What about number 6? You doing that one too?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
first
use
step.
Dorito Man.
Okay, for what?
For 3.
For 3, yeah, you're right. For the 2 signs in front of the 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What do we get for that?
-3.
We get -3 because the positive and negative make a negative. So I'm going to rewrite the problem. 10, -5, -3. Okay, now what?
And then you use the scoreboard,
Okay,
and then you put 10 on the positive,
okay, so good guys score 10.
and then bad guys score 5
Mhm.
and 3.
Yeah, good. Okay, final score?
2. 2 to
What's the final score of the game? Like final points of each team, right?
negative, it's 8 because you
Right,
have to
so
add.
bad guys have 8 and good guys have 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
And then you
What
have
does that
to.
mean?
And then you have to subtract 10 by 8, which
Right.
is 2.
No, 8 by 10.
Oh, 8 by 10.
No, wait, no, you were right. 10 by 8, yep. And then you get?
Positive 2.
Right, because good guys win. Excellent. Let's give them a hand. Excellent. Okay. So number 7, I'm just going to do by myself. It just means that if you have a loss, like you lose points in a game, or the bad guys score, or you lose money in your bank account, is that positive or negative? It's negative. So the only thing this question is asking is what number will stand for a losing 15 of something. Oh, losing 15 pounds of your weight. So it'll be negative. So that's all they're asking for, is that it's a negative number. Negative 15 is the answer. Easy cheesy, right? Alright, I'll do number 8 myself too. So, when Buddy the Elf left the North Pole, temperature outside was -9 degrees. So we start with -9, okay? When he arrived in New York City, it increased by 10, positive 10. What was the temperature in New York City? So that's it. So we just do that problem, right? So we could do it on a number line, or we could do it here. So it means that we had more positive degrees than negative degrees. So our answer is 1 degree positive, right? Make sense? Did you guys get that answer too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on. We're making good time. All right. I think we might need to stop. All right, hi YouTube.
Hello.
We're back on our new day. All right, pick a color, sir. Oh, we should introduce these new people. This is Beluga and Supra coming from Florida. Yeah, okay. What color do you want to use?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. How do we do this problem?
You use Dorito Man?
Yeah, talking to the mic, please.
You use
So we use
Dorito Man.
Dorito Man because it's division or multiplication. Okay. How do we do that?
You cover up both of the negatives,
Mm-hmm. And so we have
positive,
positive.
and then you multiply 8 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
and you get 16.
Very good. 16. Okay, next one. How do we do that one, sir?
Okay, so we use Dorito Man,
Uh-huh.
and we cover negative and positive,
Yes.
and then we multiply positive 5 and negative 3,
Uh-huh.
and then we get negative 15.
Very good. Okay. So now we've got Jackson doing 11, 12, and 13. Yeah? You ready, Jackson?
Yeah.
All right. Where are you coming from?
California.
From California.
For number
Hold on
11,
1 second, please. So what color do you want to use?
blue.
Blue again. How about dark blue?
Okay.
Actually, I think this is like kind of like a purplish. Well, is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Purple-ish. Okay, go ahead.
For number 11, I did, it was, negative 10, times negative 3, which would be 30, because,
Right, so we
I
need
used
to do
Dorito Man.
those first. Okay,
Yeah.
how do you know what sign the answer is?
because I used Dorito Man.
Right, so we're going to use Dorito Man for 2 negatives, which makes a positive 30. Good.
And then I did,
Okay, after we have the first two,
I did, times, negative, or 30 times, negative 1.
right, because we still have this negative 1 to worry about. So 30 times negative 1, okay.
And then I did Dorito Man. And,
Right.
the 2 negatives equals a positive. Or, the, negative and a positive equals a negative.
Make a negative, so it's negative 30. Are we done?
Yeah.
Yep, we are. Okay, cool. Number 12.
I did negative 4 times negative 4.
Uh-huh.
And then I got 8. Or, no, I got 16.
Okay, 16. Positive or
Yeah,
negative?
positive 16.
You're right. Why?
Because 2 negatives is a positive.
Well, 2 negatives don't always equal a positive.
Well, 2 with the Dorito
They
Man.
do when you're multiplying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, number 13.
I did, 15 divided by negative 3.
Okay.
And then I got, negative 5.
Okay, negative 5. Tell me how you got that, please.
I did Dorito Man.
Okay. Okay, how do we do that?
You divide,
Okay. How do we use Dorito Man?
with the with a positive and a negative. Hey,
Cover up a positive
yeah.
negative? Good. Excellent job. Alright, very good, very good, very good. Okay, now it's going to be Caden. Where are you coming from, Caden? What? Can't tell me? Kentucky, that's different. Okay, the mask. Okay, coming all the way from Kentucky. All right, Caden, number 14. Help us out. You want to pick a color?
Red.
Red. Okay.
For number 14, I got positive 5.
Okay. How did you get positive?
Since it's negative 35 over negative 7, and 2 negatives make a positive.
2 negatives do not always make a positive.
Oh well. Oh, I divided 35 and 7, and I got 5.
You got 5. Okay, but is that answer positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay, that's correct. Why is it positive?
Because they're both negatives.
Yeah, they're both negatives, but 2 negatives in problems do not always make a positive. Alright? Right? So you could have, if you had, for instance, negative 35 and negative 7, adding, subtracting, that would not be a positive answer. Okay? So what can we use to help us?
Dorito Man.
Yeah, okay, how do we use that?
They're both negative, so we cross out the negatives.
Yeah, cross out the negatives and we have positive. Good. Okay, good. Don't forget that, right? Division and multiplication are totally different than addition and subtraction. So you don't want to always two negatives make a positive. You're going to have a lot of wrong answers if you just think about a rule. Okay, now what?
For number 15, I got a negative 9.
What's that?
Negative 9.
Okay, tell me how you did it, please.
I used Dorito Man.
Okay, you used the remat. How you do that?
I cross out positive and negative.
Very good. So we have a negative 9. Okay, good. Is that all you did?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, excellent job. Okay, now it's going to be Michaela. Right? For number 16, let's hear it from Michaela, coming all the way from Santa Clarita. All right. Okay, so this one is thinking back to our multiplying fractions from the beginning of the year. All right, you want to pick a color?
Green.
Green, okay. Go ahead.
I just multiplied across,
Yeah.
but I used Dorito Man to I used Dorito Man and I crossed out positive and negative to get a negative.
Right, so since this first fraction is positive, second fraction is negative, then our answer will be negative. Good, okay?
So since I multiplied across, I got 2 over 50.
Mm-hmm.
And
2 over 50. 5 times 10 is 50, right?
And it could be reduced to negative 1 over 25.
Right, so we divide both of those by?
5.
No.
Wait, no.
We divide both of those numbers by? What can we divide those by, everybody? 2. So divide by 2, we get 1 over 25. Now, you actually could have reduced this first fraction before you started, by the way. Why? Sometimes problems are like that, okay? And you can find it a hint. All right, so is the answer positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative, so don't forget to put that negative in there. Negative 1 over 25. All right, who's doing the next one? Plum. Coming all the way from a plum tree somewhere in plum land.
Yes.
All right, make sure all this work is on your paper, please, or you're not going to get credit. Okay, here we go.
So for number 17, I turned the negative 4 into a fraction by adding a 1 under it.
Very good. So we're going to go negative 4 over 1.
And then I used the reciprocal, so that's negative 4 thirds.
Okay. Now, once we do that, what do we write in between?
Multiplication sign.
Right, it's now multiplying. Okay, very good.
And then I did 4 times 4,
Mm-hmm.
and that equals 16.
Yes.
And then 3 times 1 is 3.
Good. So that is, are we done?
No, not really, because I used Dorito Man to make that into a positive.
Right. So we need to check our 2 signs, 2 negatives make a positive. So this answer is already a positive. Okay. Now, this answer will be fine with me, but you can change it into an improper. I mean, that's improper. You change it to a mixed number, which is 5 and a third. Okay, very good. All right, who is next? The Monkey Man. Coming all the way from Monkey Town. Where's Monkey Town? I don't even know where that is.
All right.
Excellent round of applause. Okay. All right, now these are the ones that we just had our homework on, and we did our GeoGebra, right, to find our least common multiple.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So for negative 6 over 7, I multiplied it by 3 over
Okay,
3.
let's hold on. I know that's correct, but I don't want you skipping steps. Do you know the first step?
No.
Anybody know the first step? Look for the least common multiple. What color do you want to use, by the way?
Oh, red. Red.
Okay, red. So we want to find the least common multiple of what two numbers?
7 and 21.
Right, 7 and 21. And if we do 7, 14, 21, we see that times 3, right, is going to make 21.
Yeah.
So we have to do that fraction times 3 over 3.
Yeah. And I get negative 18 over 21.
Right.
And I add it with...
Hold on.
Oh.
1 second, please. So now that we have a common denominator, right, 21, we can use those two numbers to get our answer. Okay, go ahead.
I add 4 over 21.
What?
Wait, Oh, I do the chart, the good guy,
Scoreboard?
bad, yeah, the scoreboard.
Okay.
And I do 18 for the bad guys, because it's a negative.
Okay, bad guys score negative.
And then
Bad guys score 18, I mean.
the good guys score 4.
Good guys score 4, very good.
And
So
then,
that means
it's negative 14.
bad guys win by 14 points,
Yeah.
right? So we do our 18 minus 4, 14, okay. So negative 14 over our common denominator.
Yeah.
And that actually can be reduced also
Negative 2 over 3.
equals, right? Yeah, we divide by 7, negative 2 over 3. But again, I'm not really emphasizing that here on this test. So I don't think I'm going to have any reduced in practice on this test. All right. Is that the only one you're doing? It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now it's the avatar Ong. Aang. I even wrote something here. Tell me where you're coming from.
Japan.
Japan. And also Tiana. All the way from Japan. Very good. Okay. What did you do first?
So first I wrote the LCM
LCM of?
of 1 over 4, or a 4. And it was 4
Well,
and
we
8.
want to find the least common denominator or least common multiple for the denominators. What are those numbers?
4 and 8
4
and 8.
You're right. So LCM of 4 and... Okay, good. What is that?
Huh?
What is the common denominator?
8.
You're right. It's 8. Okay, good. That means that the fourth has to be times
By 2 over 2.
over 2. All right, cool. So 1/4 times 2 over 2.
And I got
Make
2
sure that's
over
on
8.
your paper. Okay, go ahead.
And then I got 2 over 8.
Okay, after we multiply across, we get 2 over 8.
And then I made the chart.
Okay, so now we have, so if we pause for a second, just want to point out that we have common denominators. The 2/3 and, 3/8 and 2/8. Okay, so make a chart. You want to pick a color?
Pink.
Pink. Okay. Yes.
And so I put the 2 in the positive side.
Okay. 2, so who scores? Who scores?
2 is in the good guy side.
Good guy score 2?
And the bad guy scored 3.
Yes.
And then I subtracted them.
Okay.
And I got 1
Right, so bad guys win by?
by 1.
By 1. So 1/8, and since it's bad guys, it's negative. Are we done?
Yes.
Totally are. Excellent job. Excellent job, excellent job. Okay, the next one was a little bit tricky. It's not as tricky as it looks, though. Alright, go ahead.
So first we do 5 plus 1. And that's
Okay, so she's doing the whole numbers first.
and
5 plus 1 makes
6.
6, right? Okay, now what?
And then the denominators are the same, so you keep them the same.
So now we're adding the fractions, right?
Yes. So
Okay, so 1/9 plus 8/9 equals
9/9.
9/9, which is actually 1 whole, right?
So then, because it's a whole, you do 6 plus 1, and that would become 7.
Yep, you got it. Everybody's writing it down, that's okay. All right, so only one more problem left. And, oh yeah, that's it. So this is kind of like a word problem to see how the numbers would work. So you want to think about which numbers are positive, which numbers are negative. Last Monday, George Bailey had $150. Is that positive or negative if you have $150? Positive. Yeah, that's positive. So we're going to start with $150 positive. On Tuesday, he deposited. So does that mean so what did he do? He deposited into the bank account, so that means it's positive. His bank account goes up. So plus 300. And then withdrew, okay, which is negative, taking money out of his bank account. All right, so this is our word problem. That looks exactly like B. Now, by the way, you would get the same answer with the double signs here on C, but I don't think it really makes sense to deposit into the bank and have minus a negative. So that's why I'm going to say the answer is B. Okay? Be like boy. Okay? We're done. Should we say goodbye to YouTube or something? Bye. 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 Subscribe. Whatever.